Welcome to another episode, Let the Truth Be Told. My name is Sean Williams, and I thank the Lord for just being able to just do some offset, kind of...
Offsite.
Okay,
Yes,
that's it.
offsite.
Offsite, taping today. We don't have all the technology that we usually have, but thank God that we're here, and thank God that we're able to tape another TV program, Let the Truth Be Told. I thank the Lord for everybody that view our program. I thank the Lord that everybody that's out there that stop us every day of the week and just say, hey, man, we listen to your program. We like the content of your program, and continue to do what we do. I'm here at my buddy Hub shop, Soup Spot Soldier, and so we're down at his place of business, and we're still being able to tape, and I thank the Lord for you allowing us to be down here at your studio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If I jump out, please don't get mad, but these people need these masks. That's all I'm selling is masks.
Yeah.
Got a lady outside wants some masks, so we gonna do it how we do it.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I do want to send a shout out before you go further. If I fall asleep or doze like that, it's cause Curtis McGee had that hot catfish and spaghetti over there, them green beans over there on what street is that, Sean?
Off of Main Street.
On Main Street. So if I doze, it's because he had 2 big pieces of catfish and spaghetti and green beans. But I'm with you. I'm just going to take care of this lady.
Hey, you got to go down there and mess with him. I thank the Lord for you guys. I thank the Lord for the program. We're going through a trying time right now, right? Within our state, within our country, within the world right now. And I'll give you a little backdrop of what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the coronavirus, right? So around March the 18th, somewhere around there, we started dealing with this virus that hit the world. Giving you a little backdrop, back in January, we started dealing with this on a worldwide scale, right? And so we kind of heard a little bit of stuff that was going on about the coronavirus, didn't know a lot about what was going on, and then we started seeing impact around in other countries, right? And so we started seeing, Italy was hit with it, Spain was hit with it, obviously started in Wuhan, China. And so kind of had that on the scope, but did not know it hit our shores, right? And so from all the stuff that we've been hearing, because of the late response, it hit the American shores, it hit the US of A. And so we've been dealing with it on a large scale basis, and just give you a backdrop of what's going to happen so far. So far, we've been dealing with worldwide is 2 million cases of the coronavirus. More than 140,000 people within the United States have contracted the coronavirus. Right now, I think we're at 35,000 deaths within the U.S. Right now. Locally, I'll give you some local numbers as of so far. And this hit us. We had to shut down the local economy here. I went to a meeting back in March. I think it was March 18th. So basically, probably a few weeks. So we've been shut down maybe a few weeks.
March
about
21st, like?
Yeah. So about a month. We've been shut down. And when I say shut down, I'll explain that to you. What the shutdown has been is that no, only essential businesses can be open. So when he explained to what was going on, folks are making masks, so that make them essential business. So only essential business. If you were a non-essential business, you should not be open, i.e. barbershops, i.e. Clubs, i.e. just even regular places like restaurants. They are doing curbside services, but the other services. So the only thing essential right now is garbage pickup, the cable guys, concrete, stuff that we need essentially, pharmacies, grocery stores, big box stores had to close down like a Best Buy, something we never seen in this country. So very devastating and impactful to our way of life, because in the United States, we used to having free flow. We can do what we want to do, When I've been in other countries, they never had the free flow that Americans had. So that's why it's so hard for us to social distance, because we're used to a different type of lifestyle. And so we actually been practicing. Most folks been in the house. I mean, I know my girl, she's practicing social distancing. And when we say social distances, we're trying to be 6 feet apart, right? And so we got to stay within 6 feet apart. And you might go to grocery stores and you might see a line where you have to wait at a certain line before you get served.
They got marks post office
at different places, right? And so you have to stay 6 feet apart. My buddy Hub, bring a couple of those masks over. Let's show. Folks have been making masks to keep everybody safe, and so you'll see people with masks on, and just about we didn't catch on really fast. We call it the emergency response. People call it PPEs, and so he's showing you a mask. He's been having them made down the way a little bit, and he's been able to provide those to the community and folks that need masks made and they cannot make their own because PPE is short, right? And so a lot of hospitals been running short on them, and so they've been asking tattoo shops and barber shops, you know, do they have any extra gloves? Do they have any extra masks? And so folks been able to provide those extra masks to the most vulnerable people, and those vulnerable people are the people that are at hospitals, police officers, firemen, firefighters that are emergency responding to the folks that are contracting the coronavirus. And the coronavirus is a certain type of flu. It's a different strand of flu, and they're calling it COVID-19. COVID-19 meaning a virus that was identified in 2019, not the 19th strand of the virus. It was identified in 2019. And so I'll give you a little statistics before we get started with what our topic's going to be today. But so around here in Illinois, we have 1,758 confirmed cases, active cases, total tests and active cases performed, 32 active recovered, 57 recovered, six are currently hospitalized, and we have 4 deaths.
So it's only 32 active cases.
Active cases within Champaign County.
Okay.
Right in Champaign County.
And then 57 recovered.
1,758 people been tested. Been tested.
Right. And then so 32 active cases.
32 active cases.
Okay.
And 57 of those folks were hospitalized. Currently, we have 6 people hospitalized, and we have 4 deaths.
We know some people personally that's been healed.
Yeah.
Eugene Jackson, a.k.a. Bigham.
Yeah.
First Lady, Mother Hewitt.
Okay.
John got on there, and she's been healed. And the other lady, the lovely lady of Alpha the Maker, I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
So it's some people been
You
healed.
know, I only wanted to give out the names of the folks that wanted to get their names out there,
That's
those
true.
type of things. And that's the reason why I didn't disclose those. But I mean, that was cool.
Yeah.
They already went on social media.
Right.
They've already expressed to the community the great thing about healing and things of that nature, and God being able to bring them back on this side, man. Because it's stories every night on the news where you're seeing just everyday folks being impacted, and the African American community being hit hard because of pre-existing conditions that already dwell within our own communities.
Shout out to my good friend Griff in El Paso, Texas. I got a text that they took the ventilator off of you 2 days ago. We've been praying for you way in Illinois, my man.
Yeah, man. I mean, my man, one of the great guys I know that performed at my club, Bobby Rush, he contracted the coronavirus and he's recovered. And it just lightened my heart up to hear his voice and for him to give me a call back and say, Sean, I thank you. And I let him know that all the folks here that know him locally here in Champaign been praying for him. And so that's what it's bringing us to a time and a place right now where it's a time of reflection, right? And so
Kevin Cobb said 160,000 deaths in New York.
16,000.
16,000.
16,000.
Deaths.
16,000 in New York alone. Deaths in New York alone. I think we had 125 overnight last night here in Illinois. Just one night. One night. And so and with this with this stay-at-home order that the governor put us under within the state of Illinois, and almost every state got a stay-at-home policy going on. You know, it's giving folks a new look on life,
Mm-hmm.
a new look on life. I mean, really a man in the mirror check, a woman in the mirror check, you know, a child in the mirror check, you know. I mean, everybody. I mean, you're forced to be around the folks that, you know, that's in your household, the things that you been wanting to do, you can do now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, clean the house up.
Some of them realizing them teachers ain't lying on their kids.
Oh man, what you talking about? You got to work with them with they at home, they doing homework from home.
Yeah.
You know, where we're doing some new stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
people are having their office meetings through video chat.
Yeah.
You know, something we never seen before.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people are saying, you know, man, I can't wait to get back to where it used to be.
Shout out to my niece Stacy Simmons and my daughter Cecily that I know of. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. They done order stuff online and they having school at home with the kids.
Yeah.
And Stacy even put some stuff to give information to other parents who homeschool them. So it's a good thing to be able to adjust. You got to be able to adjust.
Yeah.
You got to be able to adjust. You know, a whole lot of people in this little camp I'm in, they wasn't able to pay rent.
Yeah.
I don't want to owe no man nothing but to love him. I'm going to pay my rent. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't selling no masks, but I paid my rent. And y'all keep buying these masks, I'll be able to pay my rent this month. No, I'm going to pay mine regardless because I don't want to owe nobody nothing. It'd be different if you was waiving it, but you going to want it 2 months down the road. Let me go and get it to you now, man.
You know, I mean, a lot of businesses have been impacted. You know, right now we've seen where stimulus packages, right? Trillions of dollars have been given to citizens to try to maintain a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at it in the month of March, 70% of Americans did not pay mortgage, did not pay rent, did not pay car notes.
Yeah.
All of that
We
stuff.
blessed.
I mean, because,
if you paid your notes, your mortgage, your rent, you blessed. Don't take that for granted.
Oh, man.
You blessed.
Severely impacted the economy. You know, we watched, me and you physically watched how the Wall Street plummeted overnight.
Oh my God.
Overnight. I mean, just straight off the cliff. 20 million Americans went on unemployment overnight. I mean, overnight, 20 million Americans.
Yeah.
I mean, lost their fate,
Yeah.
lost their future. You know, what are we going to do? You know, I mean, and then the global impact, but the worldwide impact of all of this here is, you know, what happens after the benediction?
Yeah.
And that not knowing.
And we were speaking on this before this happened. So now what happens after the benediction mean a whole nother thing.
Man, what happens after the benediction?
Because this pandemic is what's going to happen after this?
You know, and we came up with that topic, and the Lord put that topic on my heart, you know, kind of, you know, a metaphor of what we do at church, right? And so, you know, you go into church, you know, you sit down, you start fellowshipping with some of the parishioners that's in there, your friends, your family. You listen to a sermon, you start the prayer, you know, you start, you know, worshiping, you know, all of those things. But then afterwards, when we get ready to do the benediction, the benediction is when we get ready to dismiss. You know, what happens after that? And so I use it as a metaphor to a lot of different things. What happens after that? All this great information that you just received. What are you going to do with that information? And I kind of mirror that to the pandemic of what we're doing now. And our topic is what happens after the benediction. After this is over with, are you going to be in a better place or you're not? You know, what type of position are you going to be in? And so when I look at that, Brother Hub, is that, you know, are you using your time wisely right now? You know?
I saw a young lady put on, and I looked at it because it was just the opposite of what I've been thinking. But my thoughts on our ways the best. And so her thing was, don't let nobody put you, and she's like a niece to me. Really, it's my cousin's daughter. But she said, don't let nobody force you in doing this, doing the pandemic. Don't let nobody tell you can't get rest. You know, you ain't got to write a book, or you ain't got to. And, you know, everybody got a right to do what they do. And I didn't look at it as, oh, she wrong. You know, I probably would in the past. But if that's the way she feels, I can't tell her that's not how she should feel. But me, you know, I'm working on my book. I still got classes online at Eastern. I'm learning the patterns. My wife would look at my son and say, oh, that's wrong with him, or this wrong with him. And I didn't know. So now I'm spending more time with him. I'm learning the patterns, learning whether he's hungry or he's sleepy or he just want to be held, you know. And so I personally think that, you know, you should come out of this better, stronger, wiser, pick up the word a little bit more, because we get busy. Busy gets in the way. So we got a little downtime, and I personally think that you should do something to make you better.
Oh, definitely, definitely, and I believe that wholeheartedly. You know, and my thought process for the folks that's out there that's starting to get some rest. I mean, get your rest. You know, we need to. You need your rest. Get your rest. I'm not gonna say nothing about that at all. You know, get your rest. But what I will say is this: what happens after the benediction? If you don't prepare before, don't look for nothing after the benediction. Because you wasted your time, you wasted it away. What I look at this moment right now is training. It's training. You know, what are you practicing on right now? And those skills, you can't expect, you can't expect what you don't inspect.
Yeah,
Is that what you said?
Yeah, Ike Mapson said you got to inspect what you expect. If you don't inspect it, you can't expect.
So you got to start working on those things now. I can't expect to start getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning and I've been sleeping at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for 2 months. It ain't gonna happen because now I didn't practice being lazy. You know, I've been practicing 2 o'clock. You know, and now I done missed half the day. It was a reason why the military made us get up at 3, 4 in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Get your day started early.
Yes, sir. We do more before 9 o'clock than most
Man,
people
what you
do all
talking
day.
about? We put a whole day's work in.
A
whole day's work, you know. And so as we get more into this topic, Brother Hub, I'm going to get some statistics about some stuff. You know, we've been practicing this social distancing. How's that been working out for you, your family? How's that been working out for the folks you know?
Hey, I love it, man. I've been taking advantage of it, and I know that I'm gonna come out stronger, wiser. You know, I took a week off from Facebook, and my flesh was planning on taking a whole month off, but then the Lord took me a different direction, gave me some information. I had to be mindful. I don't really have no fear, and so, but a lot of people, this is really fearful for them, and so I had to go into ministry mode, and you know, I've been interviewing some people that have been around God a long time. You know, my dad, Pastor Simmons, just different people who got a word that I believe God's led me to have a word. So, been trying to keep the people encouraged.
You know, so, you know, we've all had to experience something a little different, right? And so I explained to a lot of folks, me and you've been messing with stock market, so I've been wearing Zoom for a long time. You've been aware of Zoom videoing for a long time. We used it a lot in insurance to train with and things of that nature as a training tool way before this happened, right? So when we got into the stock market, obviously we picked up some Zoom stocks. I know I did. And so, so now Zoom's being utilized for pastors to be able to now worship, right, with their congregation through Zoom video. So it's changed the dynamics of even church, right? But you still got people that's still adamant about going to church, right? And so you had different states making different, you know, proclamations about what that looks like. You know, some states, Arkansas, Florida, I think Minnesota, a few other states, because of the fact that, you know, the religious content within the citizens, within the state, and the political relationship that was there, they didn't want to step on a lot of them big ministries, pastors' toes with making them social distance. So they said, we're going to give you a pass. So they've been able to still congregate thousands of members together, 500 members together, 75 members together. But in the state of Illinois, we had to be creative in the way we do church. So we've been doing it like we're doing now, video ministry. You know, and still been trying to get that same impact just to bring it to the table, too, you know what I'm saying? Still be able to bring some relevance. So just going on, I put a post up probably about a couple of days ago that started a firestorm on social media. And really I was referencing to the pastor that was down in Virginia that ended up, I mean, he was going to go against the law, go against everybody that was saying at CDC, all of the health folks, the professionals saying, look, we ain't doing church, period. He's saying, well, I'm with God. God got me. He told the reporter this. God got me, and you ain't bigger than God, and we gonna have church. Well, he had church. he ended up contracting the coronavirus and died. His wife ended up contracting the coronavirus. She's fighting for her life. Hope she comes out this okay. And his daughters and some other members contracted the coronavirus. And so I put this post up right here, and I said, this pandemic is revealing that a lot of people aren't really in a relationship with God. They're just addicted to church. And so we'll dialogue for a few seconds on this. And I got a lot of people to say a bunch of different stuff, right?
It was beautiful. I mean, it was both sides.
Well, I liked it I liked it just to hear the opinions of others, because we ain't always right.
Right.
You know, and it ain't just my way. I got to be able to see other folks' way too, for me to get better. I can't just be the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Right. If you is, you better run.
Exactly. So folks said some stuff on those chats, those things,
and they were standing
and they were standing on. They standing on what they believed in, and I had to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, they started talking about my funeral home, the club. You know, you missing that, you missing this, you missing. I mean, even in the funeral home, we had to change dialogue. We had to change the dynamics of the way we even do funerals. I mean, I had to shut the club down. I mean, I've had to make some. I mean, you've been around me.
Oh my God.
I've had to make some ups and downs. It's been a roller coaster.
But the one
even on the business.
but the one thing that I saw you do, you came in here and you was real down. And I didn't say too much. I just gave it to you in the raw. And 30 minutes later, you was a new person. And it's kind of like I just told you, either you're going to trust God or not. I mean, I said it. That ain't what I said, but that's basically what I was saying. And you've been trusting God. I mean, not that you wasn't before, but you went to a whole nother level of trusting God. And so I don't think you're the same person, and I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I don't think you're the same person that you are before this pandemic. Because God done showed you, he got you.
You know, I mean...
your club, your funeral home, you know, you had a just fire.
You know,
everybody can't do that. Some people jump off the building. I want you to hear me, man. Some people jump off the building and kill themselves when they face what you just faced in the last month. I mean... You used to this coming in and you just come, and it's just shut down. All you do is you trust God and went with another one of your gifts.
Well, first of all, it's called multi streams of income. So you just can't have your eggs all in one basket. So I thank the Lord for having the wisdom of that and the ability to do that. Because when all else failed, let me go to another alley. And so I went through insurance. You see me go right in insurance. The lady right there, next door, she been waiting some insurance for a long time. I popped right in, caught her at a good time. She was sitting over there and she was meditating. She was going through. Man, you need that insurance. She said, I'm so glad you came in there. It's really been revealing how important life insurance is right now. Because now everybody's having this face with death.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think Scarface, somebody came up with a song said, I see death around the corner. You know, I mean, and we really seeing death right around the corner. I mean, as you look on CNN every night and you seeing those bodies stack up inside of those semi-trailer trucks, and they had to bring trucks in because the morgue can't handle all the deaths. You know what I'm saying? But what it did for me, Hub, was really enforce what I just read, right? This pandemic is really revealing that a lot of people aren't really in a relationship with God. They just addicted to church. So when I dropped the mic on all the folks that was talking all this craziness and talking about this, because some people want to take pop shots at me just to be taking pop shots, but I'm built up to last.
Well, it comes with the territory who you are.
I'm built up because I've been going through it for a long time.
Be weary when all men speak well of you.
And so what I had to do to drop the mic on it was this. It's one thing of going to church, right? It's another thing when you get something out of it. Sometimes we go just to say we're going and be doing just the religional part of it and the ritual part of it. But I'm going to learn, man. And I'm going to get something. So when just a time like this, when I came in here down, I had to have a David moment. Yea, do I walk through the valley.
One long. One number about 20 minutes.
I had to go through a David moment.
About 15, 20 minutes.
I had to go through a David moment. You know what I'm saying?
I want you to hear this. I want you, and I'm not saying this for them. I'm saying this to you, but I really want you to hear this because it's deep in my spirit. What took you 20 or 30 minutes to shake off, people literally commit suicide. You hear me? That's still, it's in my gut, man. And I think that's a direct reflection. I was joking with you on the radio program, but I really wasn't joking. Man, God is calling you to a higher place, man. Because you gonna help build his kingdom. Because it didn't really come to me. I witnessed it, but I didn't think nothing of it because I'm with you every day. And sometimes we can take each other for granted. Mm-hmm. But you came in here and you was shook. And we vibed. I ain't going to take the credit. It was God. We vibed back and forth for about 20 or 30 minutes max. I don't even think it was that long. Pastor Griff was here. And, man, you put your cape on and left up out of here, and you ain't looked back since.
I mean, most people couldn't even, and I'm gonna be as transparent on this program as I can. Most of the time, you know, when you come from small beginnings as me, right? And you started building some stuff, and you trust in God, and you're doing the right thing. You're trying to help folks along the way, and you build up stuff, right? And sometimes you build it up and you think you did it, right?
Right.
And so you build up the cash value, you know what I'm saying? Right. And you start looking at the top surface of the bread, right? And you thinking it's your bread.
And,
so when
the
see,
Lord said,
and you see about $100,000 or $150,000 finna get snatched from under you because man say, I need that back. Because now coronavirus then kicked in and there's no income coming in, but I still want my proper chop. You know, and you start saying, well, man, you ain't going to work with me. You ain't going to help me. Because man say that. But then I look back into it and I say, well, man, when one door closed, another one open, man. I got two other businesses. Three other businesses I need to be focused in on that could still serve God's people. Where that might be the test run and the run for that. The runway might be over with for that.
Well, if nothing else, if you didn't know, you know who you're dealing with now.
Man.
And even if it ain't over, you know who you're dealing with, and you know they really don't care nothing about you.
Oh, yeah.
They just want that job.
It wasn't about them from the beginning.
Yeah.
Everybody's always a tool to be used for the blessings of God. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the dynamics, and I understand how blessings happen, man. And I understand how you can get something, how some can be gone. So I try to stay as humble as I possibly can. As much as I can, you know, and I understand. People ask me and say, man, that's a nice car. That my car, man. It's God's car, man. God gave me that car. And he gave it to me to inspire you. You know, I've been doing a lot of videos at home. I've been doing a lot of webinars, and I've been doing a lot of training trying to help folks during this time, right? Because we all need each other. I mean, stuff ain't stopped happening. That's been happening. You know, and that's what I was trying to tell some of these folks that's jumping on all these lives and all this other stuff and got big comments. I mean, I didn't put hundreds of thousands of hours worth of community work in for free. You know, but it really wasn't. It was really a sacrifice to be able to get back to the young folks that was like Sean with no hope, you know, and didn't have had dreams, but had nobody to just blow any life in on it. You know what I'm saying? And so I put that time in. But like I told them, that was on those different lives that was commenting, you know, what have you did? It ain't about what Sean did for the community. What you done for the community. Have you been an asset or have you been a liability? Because these young folks, they had 2 shootouts yesterday. I got a young man down at my funeral home right now laid out, man. I just had to deal with a grieving mother of a 15-year-old. So most people don't even understand the dynamics of what I even have to deal with on a daily basis. To be sane in my mind, to be even have the willingness to help folks.
I ain't gonna say I know how you're dealing with it because you have to hands-on. But I can imagine, because I was in that morgue for a year. You see what I'm saying? But we didn't have to technically do anything, you know, but get them in, get them out. And so people have no clue, man. And that's why you know, you said earlier you built for this, and to see who much is given, much is required. And I'm learning that. Shout out to Big Bill. You know, Big Bill said, man, don't take everything personal. You know, don't take everything personal. And it really, I still got my eye because my mental health doctor said, man, people want to be relevant. They want to use you to be relevant. So you just got to make sure that you don't run. Every fight ain't your fight.
Oh, yeah.
But don't take it personal.
Oh, no.
Because I know on that post they didn't mean personal, because one young lady, she was just repeating what we said on the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a different paradigm, you know. But one of the things as a leader, I can't expect the people that I'm asking to follow me to see what I see, because he's giving me the vision. And then I have to break it down. When I was a recruiter, I had to paint the picture. All these salesmen out here. I told the guy in Rantoul, my wife want to get a car to fit all the kids in it. And I said, man, you can sell me this car off of the smell, off of the speed, off of the radio. You selling a tangible. I was an Army recruiter. You couldn't test drive basic training. I had to paint a picture in your mind of what you was asking me to do for you. And the better I painted that picture for you, not for me, for you, the better chance I had of convincing you to let me help push you into your destiny. So as leaders, you got to understand, you standing on Assembly Hall. They sitting in front of Douglas Center. They can't see what you see. So once you get it, we can't get frustrated because they don't know what we see.
Right. You know, for me, Brother Hub, and even when the training and even some of the stuff that I've been doing, trying to help these folks, 20 million, big impact in this community with a lot of folks that lost their jobs overnight, trying to introduce them into the insurance industry, because our industry in the insurance, Final Smith insurance market, it's bulletproof. You know, it's economic proof, as they would say. You know, because folks gonna need that money. Folks gonna need something to count on when you have a sudden loss, you know. And so I've been trying to have little seminars and encourage people to become and get into that market, right? But one of the toughest things for me is to see more potential in people than they see in themselves. When you're trying to inspire folks and you see the potential there, but they see no potential. They see nothing to grasp onto. That is the toughest thing for me to deal with, because of the fact that I see something in you. You know, I see greatness in you.
Yes, sir.
We all came here. We all got a mandated purpose in life. You know, God gave us all that same mandated purpose, man. But when I see people, you know, messing their life over, I think I wrote something. I think I wrote something. And this is what I wrote when I was talking to you. When you don't
see the value,
when you don't see, I'll get to it in just a second, but when you don't live like, when you don't like life, you would die for
when
anything.
you don't live. It was let me
something,
see, because I can get it.
It was something I had.
You said it, yes.
It was something I had put there, but it was a good point that we talked about off-site.
When you don't live for nothing, you will die about anything.
When you don't live for nothing,
you will die about
that
anything.
That is exactly what it was. Good look, brother.
Yes,
brother
sir.
Hub.
Yes, sir.
When you don't live for nothing, you'll die for anything. That is what it was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you don't live
but you know what? That go back to your guy, Miles Monroe. Purpose. The reason they can drive down the street and shoot each other because they ain't got no reason. Ain't nobody gave no reason to live.
And you know, I kind of got that off a subject, off of somebody that I was dealing with a while ago, and then it came back up today, and they into it. And just, you know, just the dysfunctionality of families. And everybody talking about, man, I do this here and I do this here and I do that there.
Slow your roll.
I'm like, look, man, calm down.
Right.
It ain't that serious. We in a pandemic.
Right.
You know, I go to jail, you know.
Right.
You know, and then we wonder why the kids cutting up. A tree is known by its fruit.
Yeah.
A tree is known by its fruit, man. You wonder why. You wonder why your fruit cutting up, man. And here you talking about as a grown, you know, elderly adult.
Right.
Don't make me come and whoop up the bell and I go to the trunk on you.
Old man said, what I'm going to be doing while you doing all that?
Man, pump your brakes,
what am I going to be doing
Take
while you doing all
But
this?
that's because you got nothing to live for.
Yes.
When you know your why, you know your purpose, you know what you mandated here to do. It doesn't take much for you to sit down and focus, you know, during this pandemic and readjust your schedule and say, you know what, I just got more time to do this. It doesn't take much more time for you know, nobody for you to come wake me up, shake me up, say, man, are you working on your book? How's your business plan going? Have you been any webinar trainings? You know, we all on social media, you know, trying to get as many likes off of a plate of spaghetti, a plate of this, a plate of that. Man, cut that out. It's time to reevaluate, reestablish yourself.
Yeah, Bo Peep said an asset or liability. I see Pastor
J.
Yeah, Pastor Johnson. My pastor in Texas name was Richard L. Johnson. And he used to tell the women, don't get you no liability, man. Said, well, Pastor, what's a liability, man? A man that lie about his ability.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Bo Peep, shout out to Bo. And you know what? You want assets. You don't want liabilities. One of the things that me and my wife and my staff is trying to do with Not On My Watch and LDA is we trying to create tax contributors and not tax liabilities.
Right.
You know, we ain't trying to help the prisons be successful.
Right.
We want to help major companies be successful. In order to do that, we have to be able to teach.
Right. You know, and you gotta be able to. You gotta have a plan. We talked to a young man earlier.
Pastor Johnson, I'm waiting on you, sir.
We talked to a young man earlier, and we talked about purpose, you know, and about, you know, proper preparation and all of those things, preparing yourself, you know, kind of getting a game plan out, you know, getting that game plan solid and making it relevant, you know. And I mean, I know me and my little buddy T.O., we went back and forth, you know, and like I told a few of them folks, you know what I'm saying, man, I was relevant before Facebook. It didn't take Facebook to make me relevant. You got to feel good about yourself, man. When you don't feel good about yourself, you can't make nobody else feel good. You know, this social pandemic that we're in, it has instilled a lot of anxieties in folks, a lot of fear in folks, man. And you seeing the best and you seeing the worst out of folk. You know, you go into a store. I mean, I went into a store and I can't even say I didn't feel this way. The pandemic hit. Young man was in the gas station. And he started coughing because that's one of the signs of the coronavirus. And everybody in the store looked back like, oh, Lord, I know this ain't a coronavirus victim. You know, it puts a certain level of fear in you, you know, just keeping it 100. And so you know, but you can't get caught up in all that. I mean, you know, and that's why that statement and that I read off about the church thing, you know what I'm saying, and about religion and church is that you have to have a certain amount of stuff already still instilled in you. What the old saints would say right at a time like this, thy word have I have hidden in my heart, you know, and not just the heart here, the heart there. So when you have to make a knee-jerk reaction, it automatically clicks up here on what to do, you know, and so you got that. So when you was heading in a Bible class and those prayer sessions and all of those things, you're really in training day for such a time as this. So you'll be able to do the knee-jerk reaction. So, bam, you already got it hidden right here and hidden right there. You know, you know how to be compassionate. It ain't a time to start to get ready to be compassionate. You've been a compassionate person in anyway. You've been a giving person anyway. A time like this gonna make you be more giving.
More giving. Yeah, it's gonna expose who you are.
It's gonna expose.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's gonna expose. If you win the lottery, it's just gonna expose what you like.
You know,
you just got more to do what you've been doing.
That's why a lot of us don't hit the lottery.
Yeah,
that's why God don't bless a lot of us.
And that's why they don't. They say if you give everybody $100,000 in less than a couple of weeks or a couple of months, it'll be right back in the same hands.
And it's gonna be back in the same.
Because it's just gonna expose who we really are.
It's gonna be back in the same hands, Brother Hub. Let me give you really a quick snippet of this right here. Because you know the stimulus package money. With the stimulus package that they were trying to get for the business owners, they were supposed to be getting an automatic grant of a $10,000 grant. After talking to some of the professionals, we found out because so many businesses across the United States was impacted, and they actually ran out of PPP, payroll protection money, right? And so they ran out of the money, and so that particular money was a $25,000. It was up to $2 million. Let's get it right. It was up to $2 million at first. Now they've broken it down where it was only down to $15,000, right? Individuals that have already started getting their money, their individual money was $1,200 per adult, $500 per child, okay? But I want to read you something because people get paid while you in your dysfunction, right? So picked up this article. It says, why are rich Americans getting $1.7 million of the stimulus check? It says a $1.7 million stimulus check, while wealthy Americans are not eligible for the comparative measly $1,200 stimulus checks that are now being dispersed to many Americans. They are on the pace to do even better. 43,000 taxpayers who earn more than $1 million annually are each set to receive a $1.7 million windfall on average, thanks to the provision buried in the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Securities Act. So while we fighting over crumbs,
Peanuts.
we fighting over crumbs,
Hey, man.
Hey, what is $1,200 finna do?
Hey, listen. What about the guy who bought Zoom 3 weeks ago for 109, and he put a smooth, let's just say $1 million in it, and now it's at 150? That's 41 times each share. That's 41 times each, and it ain't through. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we getting hyped over. I mean, but hey, it's levels to this.
So I mean, let's just average it out. Let's say a smooth. Let's say it was a smooth $100. You know what I'm saying? At one point, you said he put $1 million.
So I mean, it went up. It went up 40 some dollars. Let's say 45. It went up 45. It went up $45. So if he put, I mean, how is that 45 million? Roughly. Let's say an average 45 million. Yeah.
But it's all about a mindset.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
it's all about
it's levels to it, and I recognize that I ain't got it like him, so I can't expect it like him. But I'm just saying, this thing. Man, this thing is this thing is big, man. They knew this was coming. That's why I can't really follow the government, because the congressmen who trying to tell us what to do, they pull their money out in November and December.
They got the heads up.
And the reason I'm gonna keep work, cause I ain't got but 3 or 4 racks in work, but Nancy Pelosi husband got $350,000. So I ain't on his level, but I know he knows something. Hey. So I'm gonna leave my money where I ain't gonna make what he gonna make, but I ain't put in what he put in.
What they did under the Martha Stewart Act is called insider trading, which she went to jail for.
Yeah,
she did some federal prison time. You know, I'm just saying,
get paid.
They expect you to do something that they won't even do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But that's my point, Sean.
And so
this thing is big. It ain't just for the health, man. They knew it was going to be a lot of money made from this. They knew that. And so, only thing, God tells us to put on the mind of Christ, right? Well, right now, in this situation, as far as investment, I'm putting the mind of Mr. Pelosi.
So after the benediction, you straight.
I'm putting after the benediction.
You're training right now.
I'm training.
You're training.
Yes,
so
sir.
when you come up out of this here,
yes, sir.
Oh
yes,
man,
sir.
when you get to
yes,
you can move around again.
Yes, sir.
Now
you had more faith than I did in Zoom.
When you oh man, what you talking about? And it's zooming too.
I got in the mirror and said, I will not sell Zoom. Because I like to make a little bit and move it somewhere else. I moved too quick.
Sometimes you gotta sit still.
Now I'm mad because I want it for 190. I want it for 109, and they charge me 150.
And I called him, blew him up on the phone, and said, "Man, it's 111. You better get it." Hey, but you know what? When I asked you about a story about the way that a guy was treated in the Bible, and I stumbled across another scripture, right? And it talked about the king had some slaves, and he gave one slave 5 talents.
5, 3, and 1.
He gave 5 talents.
And the one with 5 went and worked his magic. The one with 3 went and worked his. The one with 1 buried his. I ain't getting rid of this 1 talent. I'm a bury it so I have it when he come back. But if you read the scripture, you know what? He cast him into hell. They don't want to preach that, but if you read the scripture, he told him to go to hell, man. You took the talent I blessed you with and you buried your gift? Are you kidding me? I gave you this gift to be a blessing, to multiply. and you buried it, go to hell. Read the scripture.
Man, it blessed my spirit this afternoon sitting right here. Because I went to look for one scripture that I could use on somebody else and did in my spirit. And man, but it blessed me with that scripture right there. You know what I'm saying? Where this man that gave you 5 talents, the king gave a slave. Really, they wasn't giving a slave nothing. You a slave. But he gave him 5 talents. Then he gave the other guy 3 talents. Then he gave the other one 1 talent. But he already knew who that he already knew that slave anyway. Cause you've been showing that type of character and those characteristics always.
Behavior pattern.
That's exactly what he been doing. So he already knew with that slave.
Yes, sir.
This slave right here. He
sir.
always slow.
Yeah.
He always he don't know how to see. That's the way they do on the job. You want to be the boss, but you'll never be the boss because you always slow. You never on time. You always complaining. You complain about everything. It ain't never a good day. It's always how you doing this morning. I don't know why you said it's a good morning. We at work. Now you're missing work. Now you wish you was on the job. Now they classified you as a non-essential worker. Now you waiting on $1,200 because you're always going to be a slave.
My first sermon.
Man, it's all right here.
My first sermon, Sean, in May of 1993 came from the TV show Flip Wilson. And it was entitled, What You See is What You Get. And as you was talking, one of my scriptures came to me. God told us we can have what we say. But instead of we having what we say, we saying what we have. God is telling us, catch this, man. This is for somebody out there. God is telling you you can have whatever you say. And instead of that, you telling the God what you got. Lord, I ain't got this. Lord, I ain't got but $10. And the Lord's trying to get you to say, speak thou things as though they were. Speak thou things that are not as though they were, and they shall be. In other words, speak your... Where you going, Hub? When I leave here, I'm going to my another house because I got to do an interview at 7 o'clock with one of the powerfulest women in the world at 7 o'clock. That's a commercial. At 7 o'clock, I'm going to interview one of the powerfulest women in the world. She was 18 years old with 4 kids. And at the age of 25, with an afro, Angela Davis afro, she was in the White House under the Nixon administration. That's where I'm going when I leave here. Now, when you see me come on at 7 o'clock, that's where I'm going to be. What's my point? I'm speaking it in existence. God said we made, thank you, sir, because somebody need to hear this, and it don't happen if you don't bring it up. God said, speak those things if though they not, speak those things that are not if though they were, and they shall be.
You know, too many of us under the Moses Act, right? You know, well, God, no, not me. You know, and so many of those characters in the Bible, you know, that weren't, you know, David, you know, just being the old shepherd boy, you know, all become great men that we talk about today. You know, man, I stutter, man. I'm not the one to be going to lead your folks, you know, to freedom. You know, man, I can't be no king. You know, and so many times that even reflects on us too.
Period.
On us, the way we feel. Period. Man, I mean, I'm off champagne. I can never do that. And it's all about your way you think.
Let me tell you something.
You know,
Gideon, y'all Google this. There go my captain. He ain't no captain no more here, Colonel. Shout out to Colonel Herbert. We got the same name, Lord Fields. Herbert, Gideon was in the wine press hiding. And God called him a mighty man of valor. And Gideon looked up and said, you calling me a mighty man of valor? He didn't even believe it. God had to call him out of that situation, man. And we made in God, I had lost my train of thought. We made in God's image and in his likeness. right? And he said, let it be light, and it was light.
You know what?
Hebrews, real quick, Hebrews 11 and around 6, talking about faith, say the world was framed with the words that came out of God's mouth. So when you speak, that's a great point. When you speak, you frame in your life. Mother, when you tell your daughter, your son, that you ain't gonna be nothing, you ain't gonna. We've been doing this a long time. Your daddy wasn't nothing, and you ain't gonna be nothing. You framing that young man's life. I kiss my boo boop, boo boop, you awesome. Ooh, good job, boo boop. You party. Ooh, good job, boo boop. Everything boo boop do, I blow it up. Cause man, from 0-5 is so important for their self-esteem. Boo boo can't do no wrong. Now, boo-boo get out of line, I tear boo-boo up, and then I kiss her 20 times and let her know, Daddy still love you, but you can't do that. But we got to build like no ever time. That's why it's important for y'all to see this young lady that I'm interviewing at 7 o'clock. Like no other time before to change this ship around. We got to speak life and not death.
And the reason why I said, because we've been dealing with this, we've been dealing with this gun violence issue for a long time in this community as we get ready to close in a few minutes. You know, we've been dealing with this gun violence issue for a long time. You know, and it don't look like it's finna stop, even during a pandemic.
No.
When guys could just frivolously shoot each other
right
on one of the busiest streets in the city.
They don't have a care to live.
Man,
they don't have a reason, not a care. They don't have a reason to live.
You know, Brother Hub, what and me being in the funeral home business, I see it totally different. So when y'all referring to a lot of stuff and you got down my timeline, you don't even see it the way I see it, okay? I want to throw that out there. You don't even see it the way I see it.
Tell me read Revelation 3rd and 4th chapter.
Because most of you couldn't go down to my funeral home later on the night and go in there in the dark. You couldn't even do it. You wouldn't even be able to do it. You wouldn't even be able to do it. So let me tell you that. But I see it so totally different when I am looking at the folks that's passed away in the community, right? And these folks losing their lives. And then I'll see you on Facebook putting up, you know, man, that person was a great person. It's just like the homegirl we did the last program off of that passed away from the young man killing her, Lizzie Jane. If most of y'all would have told Lizzie Jane, man, you great, you awesome, you beautiful, you this, you that, molded her so well, helped her mama mold her, helped her family mold her, where you could set her up and now she got so much self-esteem, man, that dude wouldn't even been able to get a twinkling of her eye.
And I talked about that. It's a way a woman can carry herself that a guy that don't deserve her,
come on, man,
won't even touch. But it's a young lady that came in my shop, and I ain't gonna put her on blast, but Ebony is so talented. I've watched her through Facebook. And I said, I don't mean no disrespect, young lady, but this town ain't big enough for you. I told her to her face a couple of days ago. Let me say this. And it grieved my spirit because I grew up with Charlene and Jeffrey Ann and Jeanette and Jerome. But I didn't know that lady. But that lady, her daughter, what's her name again? Mary Jane?
Lizzie Jane.
Lizzie Jane had no business in this town. No business. She should have been like the Whitley Keaton girl, just come in and bless the town and go on back. You see what I'm saying? She was that. I know fashion. I deal with some of the greatest fashions in the world twice a year, and that girl had something special.
You know what, Brother Hub? I would disagree with that, because I would say she was in the right time, she was in the right place at the right time around the wrong people.
Yeah,
and the reason why I say
this whole town is wrong for what she was on.
No,
she should have been, and we can agree to disagree. We still gonna kick it out.
Let me tell you why I say that. Because so many times we always take our beautiful talent that we got and we got to display it somewhere else. Okay. I just read in the paper we had an actor that moved to town here, that moved to this town. He found some type of value in our town. So many times we'll give up the North End and the Latinos come in. Don't even see value in. You know, the Asian community. We got over 12,000 Asian students that come from China to the University of Illinois and see value in our town, and we see no value in it.
I was gonna put it on you. I was gonna put you on blast and say, you know, but I'm gonna put myself on blast. If I don't leave Champaign-Urbana and go all over the world, speak 5 different languages via the United States Army, I'm either in prison, dead, or a kingpin.
Yeah, I don't see.
And so what I'm saying to you, Sean, is no way you would be who you are now if you didn't get up out of here and go see something else and then bring it back.
But at the same time, that's what we all supposed to be doing.
Nah, some people can stay here and do what they do.
It's nothing wrong with taking it. I see people all the time. You know, I've been working like a Hebrew slave because I know what I want, right?
But how did you? But how did you get to know what you want? Was it here?
No.
Or did you leave?
Listen to me. I left for some years.
Okay.
I left for some years and came back.
But you took what you learned. One of your favorite sayings is the military. We military.
I got
That's
you.
how you. Okay.
I got you.
Okay, I'm done.
But listen,
we got 2 minutes. They all yours.
Listen to me.
Okay.
But
let the truth be told now.
Let the truth be told. I see a lot of people, right?
Yes, sir.
During my time that I've been grinding, they in the Bahamas. They taking a cruise, taking trips with all the buddies, and they got all the pictures and this. Well,
they living.
You living, okay? But you ain't learning. You living, but you ain't learning.
But that's your opinion.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
You living, but you ain't learning. But then, for me, this is what I've been doing. I've been grinding, so I hadn't took the vacations like that. You know what I'm saying?
But you better start. You
but
better
listen,
enjoy the view.
I done took a lot of vacations.
Yeah.
But I just ain't recently been taking the vacation because I had some other stuff, some other priorities that I was trying to work on. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I need to take a vacation? Yeah, I need to take a vacation.
I tell you that all the time.
You tell me that all the time.
All the time.
A lot of folks tell me that.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I keep it 100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go take me some. But not right now. Not right now. Because I got some other stuff I'm working on. And if God would take me out here tomorrow and I didn't take one, man, I did a whole bunch.
Yeah.
God done blessed me with a whole bunch.
Bill's wife, what's her name?
But I would have said this. If you didn't went and did that out of town, then you come back to town, then you get back into the motion of things, you get right back into the hustle and bustle and stuff like that, get frustrated. And remember, you took your vacation.
Right.
And you was on the Bahamas, this and that and this and that. So that was your big house.
Right.
But you spent it on the Bahama trip.
Right.
The Virgin Island trip, the this trip.
Right. But
that was your beautiful car. But you took it on that.
But you got to enjoy.
You got to. No.
Yeah, but different people.
What I tell you is this, brother.
But you're right.
You got to.
But they right too.
But you got. I'm not saying they right, and I'm not saying I'm
right. Your
but
thing
my thought
is a big house, and you want to have a nice house. You want to have a nice car. Theirs might be they want to give their kids experience in the Bahamas, or they want to. Create memories.
I ain't seen a whole bunch of. I ain't seen a bunch of kids.
Okay, but what I'm saying, we travel a lot.
100.
Let me keep 100. Jason gonna have to chop some of this up. We travel a lot. We might go to Chicago. You say, man, you in Chicago? Yeah, I'm creating another memory. And so Big Bill wife the other day put down Mexico or somewhere, and then she put just practicing. That thing hit my spirit. I went on there. I said, thank you, Tara. That's her name, Tara. And so I went on there, and when I was in Iraq, all the Halliburton people was going to, I forgot the name, Dubai. They was going every month, but they was making $13,000, $15,000 a month. And so they was going to Dubai. I never got to go. So I want to go to, my wife want to go to Jamaica, but I want to go to Dubai. So I put on there just practicing and put Dubai. Man, you'd have been amazed that about 5 or 6 other couples got the same thought. And I'm like, man, wouldn't that be great? But what I'm saying is, but you would change your mind when you take your girl and y'all go to France or Italy or Paris. See, that's why I keep pushing. Sean, do something for you. You getting it. But enjoy it. Go downtown. I shouldn't say this on TV because this me and you talking. But you so locked into these opportunities around here, you got to take some time to just rest. And let me finish, and leave your phone here. Sean Williams Memorial, Williams Insurance, 51 Main. You see what I'm saying? Take some time. And you're not wrong. You are not wrong because that's what you want to do. But don't knock them because they big house is Aruba. They nice car is Paris, France, and where you got a car you ride around, they open up their scrapbook. Neither one of y'all is wrong.
But you're only wrong when you get mad when you get back and then knock the guy about the car.
Yeah, they can't knock you about the car.
You know
they can't do
so
that.
You can't use.
But you got to be weird when all men speak well of you.
You can't just use yours up in smoke.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that's true. They can't get mad at you because your priorities are different.
Don't put all yours in the blunt and get mad because I don't smoke.
Yeah,
you know that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's all of what I'm saying. That's all of what I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's good.
That's fair.
Take a break.
Y'all pray for him because he do need to take him a big
man. But I
nice
appreciate
trip.
it, man. I thank the Lord for you. I thank the Lord for the program, brother. It is always fun when we're having fun doing this program, man. It's funny how time flies. Hey, man, you guys be safe out there. Remember my man down at Super Soldier. He got masks for you if you need masks to protect yourself, protect your family. I call my girl Miss CDC. She's on top of her business. She makes sure that hey, I got to take off everything at the door, spray myself down so that at least my Humbly the Bold is sanitized. And so that's a great thing.
Just don't take your anointing off at the door. Keep that on you.
That's a great thing. So thank you very much, Tanya, for making sure that I stay healthy, stay on top of my business. You guys take care of your business, man, because we here to live and not die. And so take care of your family, man. And thank you for another episode of Let the Truth Be Told.
Peace.